So I have received uh, two-person has sent me the test case that they have written, one by Ram. So he has created the test cases for create an account section. Verify create an account by providing only mandatory fields. Okay, so until below, validate the. So what Ram has created is correct. He has done some modification also. I have already reviewed this. So I will send this Excel sheet to all of you. If you are not able to write, you can take it as a reference and you can then do some analysis and then you can write your test cases based on the understanding. So he has covered even more scenarios. Some complex scenarios also he has covered apart from those scenarios which I have mentioned. So those coverage are also good. If you see only for login, he has created 33 test cases. And also he has written the expected results. Right. So this is correct what Ram has developed. You can take this one as a reference. Similarly, uh, Keshav. Keshav has also developed. Okay. Okay. So you have written for captcha also. Forgot password also you have covered. That's good. So you have covered all the test cases. And yes, you have executed also. That's also good. He has executed also. He has captured the results, actual results also. So I will send both the documents to all of you. You can follow this document and you can then you can. I don't know whether you have tried or you don't get didn't get any time. So now you have three reference. One reference is the explanation of recording. Second reference, you can take this Excel sheet of Ram. Third reference is the Excel sheet of Keshav. They both have written very well. So you can use this. This is how actually we write these cases. So they have very good understanding. And they both, I guess, you both are not working in any IT company, right? Is it so? Or you have some experience? Kesav said like he is not working. Ram, can you tell me about yourself? Are you there in the call? No, Ram is not neither Ram nor Kesav. Both are not in the call. Okay, fine. As I said in the last class, like today I'm going to write some test cases based on the SRS document. So for Luma application, I have created an SRS document. This document I have created in WordPad, that is why it is looking like this. But actually, either you will get the SRS document in PDF format or in MS Word format. Okay. And I tried to create a replica of SRS document. It is not exactly the same, but the content that you will find in SRS document will be in this way only. So the important thing is the content, how you can understand the content, and then you can write the test cases. So today I am not going to write test cases using the application, but using this SRS document. So in this SRS document, the first section, if you see, is search product section without sign in. And how it will look like in the application. So it will look like in this way in the application. So first of all, you have to read the SRS document section wise. And for each of the section, you have to create test cases. How many test cases? That depends how many you can create, how many you can identify. Okay. Search product section without sign in. That means you will not sign in the application. Without sign in, you will try to search any product. This is how the search box will look like. Okay. And there is some details. Search product section with a search box which will display a message called search entire store here. So this search box will display this message. Second details, if a customer search a product, which option is not available, like that product is not available in the application. Let's suppose if you write t-shirt here and if you enter and press enter, then it will display the result below. Your search results returned no results. That means for this particular data, for this particular item, there are no results showing. Okay. Now here two information is given. One is this message, and one, if you try to search any item, let's suppose this one, then you will receive this message. So now for this message, you can create a test case, and for this operation, you can create one more test case. Now there is third information. If a customer search a product and press enter, then it will display the result below. Like if that product is available, then what will happen? Then you will receive the result in like this. How many items? So it will display the results like the item that you have searched is returned how many items. Okay. Then here you will see the items in the form of image. So if you search anything like shirt, if you search shirt, so it will display the results in this way. If the shirt option are available in the application. Okay. So these are the three information have been given by the client in the form of SRS document, and we have only this information, and this is what the client expecting to see in the application. So based on this information, we will write the test cases. So based on the information, how many test cases we can create? One will be this message. Second will be I will search a product which is not available. For that, this option will come. And in the second, I will search a product with an item which is available. And for that, this option will come. Okay. So let's move on to the Excel sheet. Let's create another sheet for that. This is for search product. Okay, let's move on to at the last. Then again, I will copy this. Okay, if I type wrong spelling, and then for that, if that there is no option is coming, then it may happen like if you like t-shirt, so this is not the correct item. For that, no results will be displayed. Now, the first test case is we have to validate this message. So now this is the search product section without signing in, like we will not sign in. We will simply open the application and we will, on this search product, we will search any item. So in that case, what can be your scenario? The scenario will be search product. What will be your test cycle? Verify, search product. There is a search box. Search product section. There is a search box, right? So this search box will display this message. So here I will write verify search box message and search product section. Okay, this is my test case title. What will be the prerequisite? Prerequisite is same. Not the test steps. So what will be the first? What will be the first step? It is same. We are not. It is not same. After opening the application, what will be my first step? Very check message. What is the message? This is the message. Check message. Search the entire store here in the search box. Right. This will be your test step. There will be only one step. No test data is required. And what will be your expected results? the below message should display in the search box, right? So this is the test case, first test case for this search box message. This is done. Now we will write the second test case. So this is your test case 1 and this is your test case 2. Scenario will be same. Title you have to change. So now in your case, what is the second test case? Search a product which is not available, right? And also without sign in. You are not signing to the application. Now verify a customer can search an item which is not available in search product section. No, not in search product section. Verify a customer can search an item which is not available. Now here, first option, this prerequisite will be same. In the second prerequisite, in this test step, what you will do, enter an item name in the search box, right? Then press enter button, right? This will be my test step. What can be the data? So here data you can write item reset. Here you need a data because you want to search an item. So let's suppose this is the data. And what should be the expectation if you perform all this? You will receive an error message. If a customer searches drugs, so he will receive a error message. Your search returns returned no results. Here in the expectation you will write it should display message as your search returned no results, right? So this is your second test case. Without sign in, you are doing. A customer is searching a product without signing, and that too with an item which is not available. Now the third test case. Which is available without signing. The test step should be same. The item name, you can write the correct name which is available like search Cert item is available. All this data will be given by the client. From from that XSRS document, you will get all this data. You use the same data in your Excel sheet. Now here what will happen? It will return. What should be the expectation? It should return the items available, and it should also display the number of items available. It should display the items and also display the number of items. This is my expectation for the third test case, right? Now this section is completed. Now the next section is search product section with sign in. Now you have to do the same thing with sign in. So in this scenario also what will happen? It will behave in the same way. In the SRS document it is written, it will behave in the same way as ever. Like without sign in, whatever the results you are seeing, whatever the details are given, same results or same expectation the client has if a customer do the same thing with sign in. Like if a customer now sign in, then also same thing will happen, right? So now you will create test case. Again, same three test case you have to create, but there is only one change. This time you are sign in. You will sign in. So the fourth test case is verify search box message in the search product section when customer sign in, right? So now here, what will happen? You have opened the application, and in the prerequisite, now you need another thing. What is the second thing? The customer username and what is the sign in? How the sign in page look like in the application? Email and password, right? So a customer email and password required. So now your prerequisite has two things. Now, first of all, you have to open the application, and also you need email ID and password. A customer email ID and password also you require. So if there is a test data available for username and password, then only mention the test data here. If the test data is your credential, then you should not mention here, because anyone can see the test case and he can get to know about your credentials. So that is not correct to write your credential directly in the test case. If that is a test data which can be shared across everyone, then only you can mention it, right? Now in the test case, what will happen? Same thing, there is no change in the test case because the requirement is same. Only change will happen here. Now you will change the test case number. Sorry, not this is the number 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is done, 5 is done. Same thing you will copy and paste here. Here also you need username and password. Now in the fourth step, no, here you have to update the test case. 1 second. What you have to update? This time you are signing, right? So here you have, in this time you have to write after opening the application, you have to click on sign in button. You have to log in, right? So this part we have missed. Then enter email and password. Then press login button. And then at the fourth step, you will write your test step, that the message that you are checking. And in the expected results, so what is the first expected result? Customer can, no, not can, should be able to log in. And then in the second expectation, this message should display. Right? This time you are signing, so that in that step also you have to write. So everywhere now you have to update this in all the uh, test case. Right? Requirement checking will be same. Only thing you have to update these three steps everywhere in all your test cases. And also expected results you also have to modify. Okay. So now your test cases, 6 test cases you have written for the two sections. One without sign in and second one is with sign in with the help of SRS document. Right? This part is also done. Now next part. Add an item to a cart. Under this section, what will happen? A customer should be able to search an item, right, which is available, and can add it to the cart and wish list. Wish list part is not required here. Only add to cart part is required. The customer should be able to search an item which is available and can add it to the cart. Customer can be able to do this. To add to the cart, the customer has to select size and color of the item. Like when customer will search the item, so he has to select size and color, then he can add that item in the cart, right? This is what we can understand by reading this two line. There will be a add cart button. That means there will be a add cart button to add the item into the cart. Once the customer click on add cart button, then below message to display. You're added, this is the item name. You added this item to your shopping cart. This message to display. One second. Right? Only quantity of product, how many item customer wants. So as of now, we are just adding an item to a card. This functionality we are discussing. In this section, we can only see how we can add an item to a card, not about the multiple. Like the client has given this requirement, so we have to stick with the requirement. If there is such requirement for the multiple item, then customer has to write it in the SRS document. If that there is nothing has been written, so we don't need to bother about that, right? So now we have to write a test case for this. There are still more details. The customer can now navigate to the cart section. The cart section image is there. It will look like this. If a customer click on the cart section, then okay, first of all, let's write one by one. Let's go one by one. So let's write the test case for at till this part. This is for adding an item into a cart, right? So for this, we can write a test case. So again, let's create a sheet. Add item to the cart. Okay. So this with the first, the test scenario will be changed. We have to change add item to the cart. Now your first test case. What is your first test case? Add an item to a cart. So here you will write verify uh, customer can add an item to the cart. Add an item which is available. Verify a customer can add an item which is available to the cart. This is your first prerequisite. Now here you need another prerequisite also. If you want to add any item to the cart, you have to first log in. So for login, you need email ID and password. In the same way, if you have to log in, then that steps you have to write. So this is the three steps for login. This you can copy and paste it over here. Now we will start writing our test case for the requirement. So in order to add an item, what we have this what we have seen here. Customer first of all has to search the item which is available. So for searching an item which is available, we have written a test case, right? So we can copy from there. So how we can search an item? In this way, we can search an item, right? This two step also we have, so we can simply copy it. What will be the test data in this case? Item, cert. Cert option is available, so we will use cert as an test data, right? Now, once we search, product will be displayed. So what it has written? If we want to add it, then customer has to select size and color. So now here we have to write select a size and a color for the item, right? Next, there will be add cart button to add that product in the cart. So now here we will write, click on add cart button. So once the customer clicks on this, what will happen? Customer should receive this message. Verified message. You added item name. You can add any item, so that item name it will display. So you can write in a general form, you can write in this way. You added item to your shopping cart. Cart. And one more thing, this shopping cart is in blue color. Just after that, in the notes section, you can write shopping cart is in blue. Right. So this is your test step. Now, what will be the expected result? So in the expected result, first you should be able to log in. So that part you have to update. So I'm copying this one. A customer should be able to log in. It should display the item and also display the number of, it should display the item and also display the number of items when the product is available. So this is the expectation, right? Now, what is the third part? Once you click on this, we have to, okay, here we will write check message, not verify message. Message should be displayed, right? So this is your expectation. Once you click on add to the cart, this message should display. So this message should be displayed. Now this is the test case for adding an item into a cart. Now let's move on to the next part. Now, if you click on this add cart symbol as an icon, if a customer click on add cart, section, then a pop-up will display. That means it is saying if I click over here, a pop-up will come, which will display the item added by the customer. Also, there should be a view and edit cart button at the bottom of the cart. It means once I will click on this icon, a pop-up will come. First thing, it will display the item which has been added by the customer. And second thing, at the bottom, I will see this button, view and edit cart button. Okay, so the button will look like this. Okay, so this is for cart section, cart icon test case. So now for this, we can write a test case, right? For the pop-up, we can write a test case. Let's write it. Verify pop-up displayed once customer clicks on cart icon. So again, you need a credential. You have to log in. And now after login, since the product, if you want to click on here, here there is a logic. If you want to click on this cart and you want to see a item is also already added. Now for this particular test case, here what I am doing, I'm just checking a pop-up. In the pop-up, first thing what I will check is an item is already added, and second thing, that button. So the first thing, the item will already be added. For the if simply I have to test, if I have to write this test case, so for that, what will be my third prerequisite is an item should be added already in the cart. If I have to verify a pop-up which will display an item added, so this should be my prerequisite. First of all, I should need this application. I should also need username and password to log in. And also in that cart, an item should already be added. So before moving to the test step, all these three prerequisites should be achieved. So this prerequisite you have to arrange. First of all, you have to look for the URL. So your test lead can give you this URL. Second thing, you need email ID and password. So once you join in any project, you will get your email ID and password. And for this third part, what you can do before executing this test case, when you will start executing, before that you will add an item in the cart. Now you will start executing this. Then for that, what will happen? This prerequisite will be achieved. But then if you open the cart, an item will be added in the cart. Okay. So now you need this part also for this particular test case. Now once you click on login button, then what will be your fourth step? Item is already added. So click on cart icon. After login, you will simply click on cart icon. There what you will check the item added in the third prerequisite. This is your third prerequisite. So check the item added in the third prerequisite is, that's it. Check the item displayed which is added in the third prerequisite, right? Next thing, check view and edit cart button, where at the bottom of the cart, at the bottom of the cart, this is the second part you are checking in the pop-up. That's it. This is what your test is. Okay. Now here you do not need any data because the item is already added. Now, if I move and if I write the expected results, so first of all, I should be able to log in. Second thing, the item should be displayed in the pop-up. View and edit card button should be displayed at the bottom of the pop-up. Here it will be pop-up, not cart, because in the pop-up we are verifying all the details, right? So view and edit button should be displayed at the bottom of the pop-up, right? So this is my second test case. Now, again, it is saying once the customer clicks on view and edit per cart button, then cart section will open. That means the cart section now will open and it will look like this. The item that you have added, which that will be displayed in this way in the cart section, right? So now for this also you can write a test case. Now your test case is for click on this and verify the cart section. So again you will copy, paste it. So now your focus will be only on, like, you will click on this button and the product should be displayed. Now you don't need to think from the previous. Once you will log in, then you will add a product, you will select a size and color. No, your test case is just to click on this and verify your product. So you will write your test step according to this only. Whatever has been told, only that part you will write. Verify part 6. Right? This is what now we are going to do. Email ID required, item should already be added. Then only once I will click on this button, then this product will be displayed, right? So this is also required. Now the steps, click on login, this one, click on, now you are not going, now, yes, now you will click on cart icon. And just after clicking on the cart icon, what you will do, you will click on this button. This is your focus. Done. Now what will happen? Check the item added in the third requisite in the cart section. So to check the item added in the third requisite in the cart section, once we click on this button, so what will happen? Cart section will open. In this, what you are verifying, you want to check the item that you have added in the third prerequisite are displaying here or not. Okay, so this will be your steps. Now, what will be your expectation? Customer should be able to log in. Once you click on this view and edit button, what will happen? Card section should display. And next, what you will do, you will verify the added item should display in the cart section with below details. What are the details? The details will be this: item, price, quantity, and subtotal. Right? All these details should display in the cart section. So this is your expectation with this test case. Done. Now this section is also completed. Add an item to a cart. This is the requirement, and that requirement we have covered in our test cases. Now the next two more section is there. One, this one I will write. Last one I will leave to you. Or now you guys tell me how to write test cases for this. Delete an item into to a cart. Now this information is available. Any one of you, if you want, you can volunteer yourself. This information is available. Just tell me one by one what will be the steps, how you will write the steps. Or what you can do, now you take the control and read all these statements and understand all of us. Make all of us understand what is the requirement and how you will write the test case. So Ram, would you like to do? Ram, Kishore, Manjum, anyone else? Deepak, Vinod, Latha, Rahul, who can speak clearly, like there is no noise, only that person.
Okay,
Like Ram, you want to do, you can do it.
okay, Sunny. Shall I read it or tell the right test cases?
Just read it and give a brief to all of us, and then then tell us the test step.
Okay, first we have to delete an item to a cart. There should be a delete button icon. If customer click on it, then below details should display. If there is only one item ordered in the cart, the message will be shopping cart. You have no items in your shopping cart. Click here to continue shopping. So once we delete the a product, then this message should be displayed. If customer click on it, then below remaining items should display if there is only more than one item ordered in this cart. If customer click on it, then below remaining items should display. Okay, if there is only more than one item ordered in the cart. Okay, little below, Sunny. Scroll down. That's all. Last point I can't understand.
So here what it is saying, there is a delete button icon. Okay. If you click on that, if there is only one item in the cart, if you click on that, then this will come.
Okay.
If there is more than one item, and if you delete any of them, then the remaining item will be displayed. Like if there are three items, once you delete it, then the remaining two items will be displayed.
Okay. Okay. Now we have to write the test cases.
Yes, just write it the steps one by one. Just tell us the steps. No need to write.
Okay. The prerequisite would be a, that login credential we have to get. Then the item should be ordered in the cart. Then only we can delete the item.
Okay, this is the prerequisite, right?
Yeah, open the application and then we have to put the credential. Then item should be added to the list.
Right. Now steps.
Now we have to check that a delete icon is present in the screen.
One by one, just tell us the step. One by one, the step for check.
Okay. First step is while log in, the page should contain the delete icon. We have to check it.
No, no. The I'm asking the steps. This one.
Okay.
The steps that you will write. Just tell us the steps one by one. What will be the steps for deleting an item from the card?
First, we have to sign in to the account
Hmm?
and then put the search in the search bar. We have to search for item.
No. This is what you are. All of you are thinking. See, you are deleting. You just have to focus on. You have to delete an item. That means already item is added. For that, you don't need to write any steps. That is what we have mentioned in the steps, right? An item is already added. So for that, no need to write any steps.
Okay.
So, okay, I'm saying the steps. URL is opened. Now, click on sign in button. Second, enter username. Third, sorry, in second, you enter username and password. Third, click on sign in button. Fourth, click on cart icon. Fifth, check delete button icon in the cart section. Sixth, click on the delete button icon for the item displayed. Seventh, check below message. You have no item in your shopping cart. Click here to continue shopping. This will be the steps for only one item. For an item with uh, the scenario where there are multiple items. So for that, what you will do here, you will first of all you have to write you have to update the prerequisite. More than one item should be already added in the cart. Not a item, it will be more than one item. So you have to add more than one item in the prerequisite. Now the steps. Click on sign in button, enter username and password. Click on sign in, click on login button. Click on the cart icon. Check the delete button icon. Click on the delete button icon against an item, against an added item in the cart section. Check the remaining items are displayed in the cart section. Right? So this will be your steps. for the two scenarios. So for delete an item to a cart, there will be two test cases. Now I have explained you the steps. In this way, you have to write the test cases. Next is wish list an item. So now if you read this, add to wish list option should be displayed to the customer for wishlisting the item. This option should be displayed at the bottom of add to cart button. When a customer opens a specific item. That means when a customer will search an item, so there can be number of items will be displayed, and for each of the item there will be add to cart button. Under that button you will see add to wish list option. So this is what I can understand by reading these lines. This option should display when will be available at the bottom of add to cart, which I can see in the image also. When a customer opens a specific item, that means when a customer will search an item, then below that item there will be add to cart button, and just below that there will be add to wish list button. So for that you have to write steps. So what will be the test case title? Verify a customer can wish list an item. Prerequisite: open the URL, username and password. Now you don't need the item to be added because you are not verifying the cart section. So there will be only two prerequisites. Now steps: click on sign in button, enter username and password, click on login button, search an item in the search box, check add to wish list button under add to cart button, click on add to wish list, right? This is what will be the steps for wish listing an item. How the expectation will be, expected results. First, user should be able to sign in. Second, add to wish list option should be displayed below add to cart button. Third, when you will click on this, so what will happen? The item should be added in the wish list. These are the expected results for this section, right? So for wish list, there is one test case. For deleting the item, there will be two test cases. So how many test cases we have created today? First, we started with product section, 6 test cases here. Here, one, two, three. Three test cases here we have created. So 6, 3, 9, 2, 11, 12 test cases we can write from this SRS document. Now today I haven't opened the URL. Just with the SRS document, I have written all the test cases. So in this way, the SRS document will be provided to us. First of all, we have to analyze each and every section. What information are available? What are the details this SRS document actually wants to verify? Based on the analysis, we have to write our test cases. Right? So this is how we work with the help of SRS document. We write test cases. Images will be available, will be there, messages will be available. The details will be written in such a way so that you can write your test case the way it is written. Based on my experience, what I have gained during my working in the manual testing, the way I have analyzed the SRS document, based on that, I just tried to create a replica of this for this application. And this is how I believe this should be the SRS document for that application. For specifically for these sections. Okay. So you guys will not create SRS document. This will be created by your test lead, especially by business analyst. Business analyst create this document. So you guys has the means we basically analyze this requirement as a team, and we identify the possible scenarios, possible test cases. So once we do all this activity, meanwhile developer will develop the application for all these sections. Okay. If you have anything to ask, you can ask. So all of you are understanding, right? The classes, all the classes you are understanding. Because most of you are silent. So is it like you are not understanding? Because if you are joining, that means you have interest. So I just want
Yes,
to
Sunny.
know, like, so, yeah. So Ram
Yeah,
is
we
saying yes,
understand. We
yes,
understand a
and
lot of things, Sunny.
okay. Thanks, Ram. I this kind of feedback really helps me to motivate so that I can explain more. I can share more experience to all of you. So,
Okay.
but is Ram is vocal. Ram is saying. Rahul is also said. Deepak is also saying. Anjum, I know she asked so many questions. Latha, Vinod, Keshav.
I'm understanding this is new, so I'm finding little like, I have to work on this.
Right, right. Understanding means the thing which I want to know, which the whatever I am explaining, are you guys understanding or not? Definitely, the questions will
Yes,
come when you will. Okay, so questions will come when you practice. That is the logical thing which I understand. Okay.
Okay, Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, we don't have any idea about the Alive project. So now
Mm-hmm.
we know how to handle the project. So
Mm-hmm.
in that way, it helped us.
Yeah. Okay. Then it I think everything is positive. You guys are not disappointed by joining this batch. Okay. Then this one example I have given you, SRS document example. In the second project, you will see like we all will work in agile methodology. So that environment will be there. Currently, this is a waterfall environment. Second project, there will be a agile environment. There also there will be an SRS document, but that SRS document will be different. Different. So that SRS document will be based on the agile methodology. So again, you will guys get a chance to understand the SRS document and analyze the SRS document for the banking application, right? So now you all understand application is not important. Before this patch, I hope you guys have so many uh, curiosity like application. So now you understand like application is nothing. The test case writing is important. If you get expertise in this area, then you can write test case for any application. So application is not important. Application is secondary. The primary thing is how good you are at writing the test cases. Execution is also very simple. Execution is nothing but following the steps and executing the same in the application. But the main thing is writing the test cases, identifying the positive and negative scenarios, and then writing the test cases. For a smaller section, we have written so many test cases 9, 12, 6. How we are identifying all those things, how we are analyzing those things. These skills we as a manual tester we have to develop. So definitely this skills will not be able, you will not be able to develop in 1 or 2 days. It will take months, 1 or months, 2 months. If you practice, if you keep on practicing, then those skills will be developed. Like Kesav and Ram, they are writing that is, they have already have done some YouTube. Maybe Kesav has done some YouTube research, right? So that is why the guys are able to write. Now you have one more experience. Live, I'm writing the test cases, and you guys are understanding. So those who are totally new, like Rahul is totally new. I know Rahul, right? So you guys will have difficulty during the initial time, but I would suggest practice. Write the test cases. First of all, just practice whatever I'm explaining. Then move on to another application. Try to identify scenarios, practice, write the test cases. Right? In that way, it will help you. First of all, just write, just repeat the same thing, whatever I'm doing. Then move on to another application and do your hands-on.
So how to cross verify if what we are writing is correct?
That is known as test execution. Just after test
Okay.
design phase, we have test execution phase, right? So there we will verify whatever we have written is working or not. So now, after this is the last session for the test cases writing from my side. Now I will move on to the execution part. In the next class, Saturday, I will again do some execution, and I will let you know like how you can erase defect, how you can create a defect. This part is left for this project. So Saturday will be the last class for this project. From Sunday, we will move on to the next project. So today, in the second half of today's class, can I tell in interview I worked on waterfall model. Nowadays, companies are. I would suggest to say agile model, not waterfall model. You say like you have previous experience in working on waterfall model, but currently you are working in agile model. In this way, you can say, because they will also ask, do you have any experience? So you can say, yes, I have experience. In this way, we have worked in the waterfall model, but now we are working on the agile. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, can
Sunny,
I ask you a question?
Yes,
there
yes.
is RTM.
Sorry, Ram, can you come again?
Yeah, Sunny.
Your voice is breaking. Can you come again?
Yeah, there is a requirement traceability matrix to check our test cases coverage.
Uh-huh. What is the requirement?
Uh, There is a requirement traceability matrix (RTM). And
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. RTM is also there. That also I will explain. That also I will explain. No worries. After the defect part, last part will be the RTM that I will explain. And same thing I will repeat for the second project, but that will be on agile based. Okay. So now you guys have got an understanding how we write test cases, how we write how we do the analysis. We have created, I think, more than 30 test cases for these applications. Now we will move on to the execution part. We will see how we do executions. Yesterday also I have done an execution in front of you. So now I will do some more executions, and how we raise defect based on the executions. That part we need to understand. And then the last part will be requirement traceability matrix. So by Saturday we will cover all these topics. Anjum wants to ask something. You can ask.
Yes, sir. So I want to ask, uh, is means I am doing automation also. So
Mhm.
is I see requirements on LinkedIn more for manual. So which will be good to join as like an automation tester or a manual, because automation work will be Means they might be doing manual work also, right?
Yes, you have to do manual work also. It is not like you will only do automation.
Then for package, which will be good, or for future scope also, which is more good, joining as manual or automation?
Do you have any working experience in IT?
Yes, sir. Before I used to work as a PHP developer.
So how long?
3 years.
And then is there any gap?
Yes, then I have 6 years gap.
Oh, 6 years gap. Then I would suggest you to show both the things, manual and automation, in your profile. And you insist you want to join as an automation tester. And you say like I have an experience in manual also. So that is an added advantage for you. You can show this as thing like you are looking for automation role, and you also know our manual testing. You have worked on manual testing. So in this way, you can negotiate your package.
Okay. So, sir, actually, one of my friend, she has recommended me that I should show an experience from somewhere. I should manage and I should show an experience, and then I should join. Like
Yeah.
a 2 years experience, and then join as if I have worked on project. I have knowledge about all this, and then
Mhm.
as an experience, only I should join somewhere.
Mhm. The recommendation is correct, but there is two things. One thing, how you will show the experience. Once
Her
you say like
company. Uh,
once you say like you have experience, so they will ask you questions. So for that part, you can answer by with this by manual and automation. You are joining, you have joined both the batches, so that part will be clear. But they will ask you on which application or for which client you have worked on. So that part you have to handle. So how you will handle that part?
okay.
I will give you an advice. Once this batch will be over, at the last class I will take where I will explain you like how you can show 2 or 3 years of experience, how you can explain you have worked for this client and this was the requirement in this way you have worked on. So I will just uh, give an overview how you can tackle all these things
Okay.
in interview. Okay. So first of all, let's
Okay.
learn like how. First of all, we have to learn the technical thing so that at least this part we should get a confidence. Then the last part will
Yes.
be that part like how you can handle such situations. But again, you have a career gap of 6 years, so that is a point to think like how you will manage this. You can discuss this thing separately. Uh,
Yes.
not required to discuss it. Okay. Uh, so let's move on to the execution part.
Sunny, a small
Yes.
request, Sunny.
Yeah.
Once we completed both this project, could you
Mhm.
please give us a overview about e-commerce domain and banking domain? So it will be helpful for us in cracking interview.
E-commerce. This is the e-commerce which is going on. So overview, which type of overview you are expecting?
Yeah, in interview they are asking about yeah, tell me about your project in
Mhm.
the those area. How can we manage?
Oh, understood, understood. Okay, I will
Yeah.
cover this part.
Because I'm also in the same situation what Anjum said, like 2 years experience. So I have to
Okay.
show like that.
Okay, I will explain. I will means I will create a resume for this application. Okay, and then I
Okay.
will show you like how you mention all this thing in resume and how you prepare for it.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
That part will help you. Okay, no problem. I will cover this after
Okay.
the course completes. Okay. So now let's move on to our next topic, text execution. So I will do the same text execution, whatever I have written here. Same text case. Let's see how many I can cover today. Now we will open the application. Now developer has developed search functionality. Developer has developed add to cart section. The developer also develops the pop-up, the cart section. the delete icon, the wish list. All this developer has developed and the developer has deployed it to the testing environment. And this is our testing environment. Just example we understand, right? Now our test cases is also ready and we are ready for the execution. Now my job is to verify the expected with the actual. Expected is written in this document. Actual result we will get after executing practically on this application. Both I will match. If both are matching, everything is fine. Whatever developer has developed is correct. If it is not matching, it means there is a defect. The defect part I will cover on Saturday. So today, whatever I will execute, everything will work. Okay, so now this is my first test case, search product. One more thing is, if you're writing test cases, it is not like you will only execute this test case. It is not compulsory. Those who has written the test case, only he will execute the test case. Your colleague can also execute your test case, what you have written. So it's my personal suggestion. If you join any company, you have started working on a project, so write your test cases very well and get it reviewed by your test lead. Because sometimes it happens when your colleague will see the test cases and if he finds like it is not written properly, so he may complain about you to the test lead. So that creates a negative impression. Your test lead is the person who can guide you because he has that authority, but your colleague is on the parallel position. So this kind of situation also you can experience in an IT company. Okay, so this is my personal suggestion. Write the test cases so effectively, like no one can raise any question on that. So now let's move on to the test case. So I'm reading everything for the first time. This is what I'm assuming. This test case, let's suppose written by you. I got this one and now I have to execute it. So this is my first test case. Title is verify search box message in search product section. Okay. There is a search product section and there I have to verify a search box message. This is what I can understand with test case title. Fine. Now in prerequisite, what it is saying, it is asking me to open this application. Fine. Let me open the application. This is my application. So prerequisite part is done. Now the test system. It is asking to check message search entire store here in the search box. Okay. So where is the search box? There is no search box. Okay, here is the search box. Which message it is asking me to check? Search entire store here. Search entire store here. S is capital and everything is small. So yes, S is capital, everything is small. So it is matching. Now what is the expectation? The below message to display. So yes, it is displaying. Right. So now what I will do is this section we have to add here. Okay. This is actual, this is status, this is different, this is not. So what is the actual result? The actual expected result is this. So this copy, since the expected result is matching with the actual result. So what I can do, I will simply paste the details and I will write here in the present tense the below message is displayed. This is my feedback. This is what I experience as an actual result when I have tested this, and the status will be passed. So one test case is passed. Now I will move on to the second test case. This is how we execute test cases. Okay, second test case, verify a customer can search an item which is not available without signing. Okay, then I do not have to sign in. I just need to open the application, which I have already done. Fine. Now it is asking me to enter an item name. Also, a data has been given. So let's copy this data. And it is asking to enter an item name in the search box and then press enter button. Okay, so let me enter and press enter. Okay, so there is no result. Let's move on to the expected and check what is written in the expected result. It should display messages. Your search returned no results. Your search returned no results. Yes, it is matching. That means this also passed. So here I will write it has displayed the message, right? And in the status, I will pass it. Two test cases executed and both the test cases are passed. Now the third, verify a customer can search an item which is available, okay, without signing. So again, I do not need to sign in. And for that, I have also the data. So let's copy the data, and in the search box, I will enter that data and I will press on enter. Okay, now for this, we are getting some options. So first of all, let me check what is the expectation for this. It should display the items and also should display the number of items. Let me check. So items are displaying and number of item also display. Fine. So it is matching with the requirement. So let's copy the actual, paste it in the, copy the expected, paste in the actual, and here update. It has displayed the items and also displayed the number of items. This also matches. And now this will be pass. Now fourth, verify search box message. Okay, in search product section. This is the same thing I have done when customers sign in. Okay, so I have to sign in this time. Then the same thing I have to execute. Fine, no problem. So in this step, it is asking me to click on sign in button. Okay, click on sign in button. Now it is asking enter email and password. For me, it is already entered. Now it is asking me to click on sign in button. Click on that. And then it is asking check this message, search entire store here in the search box. Search entire store here. Yes, this message is displayed, right? So now what I will do, I will first check the expectation. Customer should be able to log in. The below message should display. Yes, both is matching. So I will paste the same thing and I will just update it. A customer is able to log in. The below message is displayed, right? Now next thing, again when the right will not be available with signing. So now you understand like how you can do it. So I'm not executing the same thing again. So now these two test case you can execute by yourself. So I'm giving it these two as an homework. Okay. So in the homework, you can take this execution, and also you can, those who haven't created test cases. Now this is the opportunity. You will get 5 days of time. You can create the test cases, and those who have already done the assignment, I'm giving you a task. Do some research on this application, whichever section you find interesting. Identify the test cases and write the test cases. Apart from whatever I have executed, still there are so many sections. If you go to this add to cart, there is a proceed to checkout button. If you click on this, still there is so many things. So do some research on this application, some difficult part, not the easy part. Now see, it is the shipping address is displaying here. So identify, do some research on this application, identify the scenarios, write the test cases, and send it to me. But I would request, please send it to me at least one day before, so that I can check, get some time and do the review. So this is basically I'm giving to Ram or Keshav, because you guys have already has an understanding. So do some research on this application and write complex, identify the complex scenario and write test cases for that. It will be a good experience. Okay. Now next is add an item to the cart. First test case I will execute. Next, rest you can execute. One second. Okay. Now the test case title is verify a customer can add an item which is available in the cart, which is available to the cart. Okay. Not available to the cart, available to the in the application. Okay. Now this application I have to open, and also I now I need a username and password. So I already have. Click on sign in button, enter email password. I have, let me log in. Let me log out first. And then it is asking me to sign in. So let's sign in. Okay. Then it is asking me to enter an item name in the search box. So I have to search an item which is available. Search is available. So search I have pressed. So options are coming. Now it is asking me to select a size and color from the item. Then click on add cart button. Let's suppose I want to add this item. Here I have selected a size. So based on this size, the option is coming. Let's select the color. Color is also selected. Now there is an add to cart button. Click on this. So once it is clicked, now here the item has opened. Select the item again. Click on add to cart button. So item is added. Two options are showing over here. It is asking me to check message your added item to your something. So you added Radiant tea to your shopping cart. This message it is asking me to validate, right? You added item to your shopping cart. And there is a note section also I can see. Shopping cart is in blue color. Yes, shopping cart is in blue color also. That means it is also matching. So now you will check the expected result, copy and paste in the execution, update in the present tense and pass the status. That's it. Okay. So in this way we do the execution. So right now all the test cases are actual and expected, both are matching. This is the definition of manual testing. To test whether actual and expected results are matching or not. If it is matching, your product is defect free. If it is not matching, that means your product has a defect. In Saturday class, you will see expected will not match with the actual. I will create a scenario where you will see expected or not matching. And then I will show you how you can raise a defect and how you can link your defect with the test case. Okay. So that's all for today's class. Execution is very simple. So you guys can do it. Yes, you have the time, 5 days of time, you guys can do it. After the execution, I will again send this Excel sheet to all of you. On the same Excel sheet, now you can do the execution and update the actual and the status section. And you can send it to me for the review before Saturday. Okay, so that's all from my side for today. If you have anything, you can ask or discuss, or we can talk off.